So, tell me what about how old were you when they first found out that you had asthma?
I think it was 2 years ago. I would say when I was maybe more than that. I think it's off and on. So I would say between my mid-20s and my 30s. Um, that's when I thought it was just something that was like adult onset. I don't know if there's such a thing for asthma, but I keep on thinking that maybe it was something I was born with it, or I just have an allergic reaction to, pollen or something like that.
And how did it affect you?
Um, it would be that I would walk for 500 feet and I would grab onto my chest because I didn't go and I used the over-the-counter Primatine, I think that was it, and it didn't even help. I would have to take 2 puffs right after, like 5 minutes later, and it just still wouldn't help with my breathing. And one time I ran out of the inhaler. I didn't have anything else. I was gasping for air, and I remember that there was a point where I thought I had to go to an emergency room. I had to lay there and breathe in and out, deep breaths, and calm myself down. And it took about 30 minutes, and it was so painful all over. I remember crying, holding on to my pillow, just trying to breathe. It just felt like you were drowning. You just couldn't breathe at all. So that's when I think I went to the doctor and said I need something, a real inhaler.
So it was pretty serious.
It was really, really serious. That's when, after that it wasn't even the last one. I had another episode, and I said, this is crazy. I really need to go to a doctor. This is not going to go away. And so I went and saw a doctor. But even with the prescriptive inhaler, it still didn't help me as much. I would walk for 500 feet, and I would be grabbing for it. I would grab for it would last for an hour, and then I would reach for an inhaler again. If I do a brisk walk up the stairs, I would need to use my inhaler. It was constant. I would probably, I had to use 2 inhalers. I had an inhaler I would carry myself, and then an inhaler at home. And I was like glued stuck to my inhaler. I couldn't live without it.
So even with the medication?
Yes, I was still struggling. I was handicapped without it. So yeah. And then I went to see my doctor again, and I complained about my knees, and said that maybe I thought I would need some knee replacement. And then I talked to you, Dr. Scholar, and I think you and Dr. Federico talked about it, took some x-rays, and said, I don't think it's your knees. I said, oh, thank goodness, what is it then? And I remember that day when you told me that I have a reverse spine, and I looked at you, I said, oh my gosh, I am going to have to get some surgery or something like that. And then you let me watch this really quick and informative video, and it was something about my atlas vertebra. And it was using this instrument. What is that instrument's name?
The atlas orthogonal?
Yes, and it said that you only feel a thing. And when I was done with the video and you explained it to me, and you said you won't feel anything, I didn't believe you. And then you said, it's done. I didn't feel it. And then you told me to lay there flat on my back and see if there's any changes. And I remember laying there, I said, this has got to be, my mind's playing tricks, because I didn't feel any more aches and pains in my back. And usually I would feel it on my lower back to the right side. And I started feeling wonderful. I remember laying there smiling, and I was just relaxed. I can't believe that it would happen right away. This is because I was skeptical of chiropractors and chiropractic care, because I said that can't help me, cracking my back and stuff like that. But it really, I'm a true believer. And now, after 40 days, I still don't need an inhaler. I haven't, my doctor gave me a refill, and I still haven't went to the pharmacy to get that filled out. So,
Did you say anything to your other doctor about the results you got?
no, I haven't, because Dr. Federico is the only person I've talked to. But that's it. But I've told my boss, my friends, my mom, anybody that I could think of, because my mom is having severe allergies, so she's always constantly coughing. And so I told her, maybe you should look into chiropractic care. Maybe do the same thing. I told her the same story. I know it's not believable to most people, because how do you get cured right away? And it's just, I know it's hard for anybody to believe, but I think people should just take a chance. And what else? Are you just going to suffer every day, do the neti pot, or what, every day? So I don't know if chiropractic care is the answer for them, but they should look into it, because it helped me out.
And how is it for you now?
I feel great. I think showing up here and talking to you and this place is like a godsend to me. I can't believe I didn't do this a long time ago. I can't believe I suffer. I am able to run on a treadmill for 30 minutes at speed 5, which before at speed 3 I was struggling. I was holding on to the railing, and I have to stop. Like, I have to lower the level to maybe like a slow walk, because I would be grasping for air. Now I can run and jog, jog, more than walk, jog on the treadmill. And walking up and down the stairs doesn't kill me anymore.
Perfect.